talk about boxing gloves and why at ultra white collar boxing we use the boxing gloves we use. In professional and amateur boxing, they use 8-10 ounce gloves, which are pretty small. If you know anything about boxing, they don't give you much protection over your knuckles, and equally that means it doesn't give you loads of protection on someone's face when you get punched. At UWCB events, we use 16 ounce boxing gloves, and they are 16 ounce boxing gloves that we have had specifically made. We didn't just pop down to your local sports shop, buy some 16 ounce gloves and give those to people to use, and we certainly do not allow people to turn up and use their own boxing gloves, because if we did that, you know, people would be putting horseshoes in and they'd be doing all kinds of things. So we supply specific gloves that we have had specifically made for these events to be as safe as possible. So we're just going to go through these a little bit. So this is a typical UWCB boxing glove. So you can see quite a lot of padding there, not much weight there, not much weight there. You can see all the weight of the 16 ounces all in the head of the glove there, which is where you hit someone. So when you put one of these boxing gloves on, if you think about protection, it's there. We've had these gloves specifically made that way. If you look at a variety of boxing glove brands, you'll see some gloves that have got really big, thick, beefy wrist straps, and some that have got a lot of foam here, and there's hardly anything at the front. A boxing glove is there to give protection for your hands and protection for people's bodies when they get hit with them. So our view is that the maximum protection should be in the contact area, which is in front of the knuckles. So we've had our gloves made specifically with all the padding here. The foam in these gloves is a special kind of foam. It's called a safe spar foam. It's a more dense foam than you'd find in most boxing gloves, and certainly if you go to a high street sports shop and you buy one and you feel the foam in that glove, compared to the foam in our gloves, you'll see that the foam in these is quite a bit denser, and that is to reduce impact and reduce risk of injury. If you look at the difference in, this is an Adidas 12 ounce glove, and you look at the difference in size of padding, you'll see it's pretty substantial. The UWCB gloves are considerably larger in the area where you need protection, and that is obviously to make sure that people are far less likely to get injured. As I said, it's a special high density foam as well, which gives people as much protection as is possible, because at the end of the day, these are another element of what keeps people safe at our events. You know, we have all our super strict regulation and health and safety procedures. These gloves are specifically manufactured for our events, and they're used at our events, and this is another example of the sort of regulation that we follow to make sure everything's done consistently in Glasgow and Inverness as it is in Bristol and Bournemouth. Everyone uses the same style of gloves because we have thousands of these made, and we use them across all the shows every year to make sure everything's correctly done and everything's as safe as possible.